Hi there, my friends across the Western Pacific. As always, we are continuing to monitor what is happening out here, and we still have Invest 90W towards the south and east of Guam. At this time, guidance is kind of split on if this develops at all. In fact, the GFS really the only model being rather bullish on it. At this point, it is still way too early to say anything definitive. I can't stress that enough. But, with the GFS being strong, it still is worthwhile to monitor and watch. But at least at this point, I'm not terribly concerned. But historically speaking, I mean, it is that time of year in the month of December. Storms that form south of Guam are often straight runners, and they often kick off here towards the east. So let's get a little bit more detail here. Well, first off, there's your area. It is towards the south and east Guam. It's elongated. It's not really showing a tight center of circulation. So with that said, with our supercomputers, our fancy models we use to help make us these forecasts, is having a hard time grabbing this area and really initialize it. And those computers are basically guessing as to where this thing could go and how strong it gets. Plus, you have that shear line or that cold front towards the north that could help interact with it. And you can see that here on this graphic. You have kind of that air blowing in from the north, but there's your big old round of moisture just kind of shifting towards the south of Guam, heading off towards the west. So I think at the very least, even if we don't see a named storm system out of this whole convection area is going to continue to ride south of that high pressure ridge towards the north and bring an increase in showers, maybe for Guam, but more so over towards Yap, Palau, and the southern half of the Philippines through the latter half of next week. Now, the GFS, as I mentioned, is much different than the ECMWF, and really a lot of the models for that matter. GFS being very bullish all the way out through next Thursday. The extended guidance also, even with the ensembles, continues to want to hint at that with the GFS. But if you're talking about other models like the CMC still shows something, but it's pretty weak. NavGem as well. But then you look over towards the Icon, that's really backed off a lot too. My point, if it doesn't sound like I'm just rambling here, is that, at this point, it's not terribly organized, but the GFS still being aggressive means that there is still, the model must be looking at something there. And I think the key ingredients in climatology speaking, this time of year, we want to watch it. Even look at the ECMWF trying to pop something up right in there. Here's the key thing. I think if this shifts further towards the north and initializes a little bit further north than what the ECMWF is showing, I think GFS is initializing this closer to Guam. That is going to allow for a little bit more Coriolis force to help get this wrapped up just a bit and kind of headed off on that westward projection, while the ECMWF has been initializing it a bit further towards the south. And although that does bring a lot of rain across this specific area, it doesn't allow enough Coriolis where you get that circulation wrap up and kind of get that increase in the organization of this just elongated area of convection. So as I mentioned, it goes all the way back to the first thing I said. It's all about the initialization of this area. When it does develop, when we start to get that low-level circulation and how the models might handle that once we do see that. I think further north, higher chance, lower chance if it develops further towards the south. From everything we're seeing right now, though, kind of on the middle of this. One thing I can note, though, is that we still have scattered showers down in the southern half of the Philippines, with things relatively dry from Manila out towards San Fernando and even in over towards Ilocos. But that is going to be changing up Monday to Tuesday with our next cold surge that will start to work its way in across that specific area. Huge thanks on everybody on Patreon who continues to support the Westpac Weather channel. If you have any questions or anything like that, as always, just let me know. I'm always here. I try my best to give you guys feedback. And plus, even today, some pretty decent discussions on our Facebook page, too, about, what the models are showing and everything. And I always try to listen to what you guys are saying, as long as you're respectful. Some people come on there and they're just like, you're stupid. It's like, I'm not going to listen to what you have to say. But if you come on, and a few people even today came on and said, hey, this is what this model's showing right now. This is what I see. And I actually really encourage that. It's something I miss about the old forums back in the day, like Storm 2K, where you had that dialogue. I absolutely love that stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, or if you have any thoughts, just hit me up. All right, that's all for today, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and please stay safe out there.